We've got a question in on Ask Cricbuzz Live, and there's somebody who wants Varun Chakaravarthy, who has spun a web in T20I cricket and has done well in the Vaughan Zaheer Trophy. Parth Dani wants to see Varun Chakaravarthy in the ODI squad and says that has India missed a trick by not naming Varun Chakaravarthy the mystery spinner in the Champions Trophy squad? Now, it's a good question, Parth, because it actually is a good jump-off point for us for another discussion, which is in the same vein that we're talking about separating the formats and formats being very different from each other, their demands being different. If you look at the ODI squad and the T20I, the team, both the teams right now, Zach, we see the batting is almost entirely different. There's barely any overlap, right? Yep. With the bowling as well, please tell us what you feel is the difference, because as a fan, you can see 4 overs, 10 overs. Is it that much different? But it's a lot more than that in terms of guy, line, length, experience.
Well, you're looking at the current form. You would want to play him pretty much wherever you can, because he's in terrific form. He's in wicket-taking form. So that is always tempting for you to look at an individual and maximize his form. So that discussion, I'm sure, must have happened. But there's always the layering. So when you're looking at the team management and the choices which they have to make, they have to keep everything in mind, and they, to a certain degree, have to be fair also to most of the players. You can't be fair to all the players, but you do your best to communicate to best of your ability to make sure that the process is followed, and there's some kind of criteria which is followed in the process. So when you're looking at that, you're actually mixing the formats. So Varun has been very consistent with the T20 format, hasn't really got that kind of exposure in ODI. So if you look at his number of ODIs played, I don't think he's started on that front yet.
No, I don't think he's made his debut yet.
Yeah, so you'll see the difference. There is a difference between 4 overs being bowled when the batters, because of the time crunch, are going to come hard at you, and suddenly there is a certain level of effectiveness. But when you're looking at bowling 60 deliveries or 10 overs, then that dynamics changes. So as a batter, you can adapt to that situation differently. Maybe the field restriction also in ODIs present different challenges, and the guys who've been doing well. So Rohit, you've seen in the ODI World Cup as well, was going along with a certain kind of mindset, a certain kind of stack up of bowlers, certain kind of stack up of the playing 11, and you will see the continuity from that. So I'm looking at it more from that point of view, rather than saying that yes, it's tough for him because he's in good form and surely will be expecting that call. But I think it's just the part of the process, continuity, and the whole layering which we are talking about must have forced the guys to go in this direction.
But I'm going to ask Michael as well, because Michael, how much of a difference? Because there is Varun Chakaravarthy, played the 2021 T20 World Cup, then was dropped, made his way back into the team, and he's been doing really well. We've seen the kind of lengths that he's been bowling. Those lengths have changed. His pitch map has changed from the first time he was playing, and then he came back. I guess this is a difference as well between formats, which is not talked about enough. The lengths that the bowlers have to bowl.
Yeah, I mean, you look at that, he's got 2 wickets with full length deliveries, and he avoids that as much as he possibly can. He's got 10 in the good length and 8 wickets just short of a length. And the reason why he doesn't go too full, because he doesn't want to get step hit down the ground. So he kind of bowls into that good length, and he's making it very, very difficult for the batters, because they're caught in 2 minds. Do they go forward? Do they go back? Will it spin away from the bat, or will it come back into the bat, or will it go straight on? I think he's very unlucky, actually. I think he's a wonderful bowler. The problem in India, you've got so many players to choose from, so you've got so much depth in your spin department that you can afford to not pick Chakravarthy for a 50-over format in the Champions Trophy. But with the way that he bowled the other night, and I'm pretty sure he'll have a lot more success over the course of the next few T20 with the way that he bowls and the way that England plays spin. He's certainly one that if there was an injury or an illness before the Champions Trophy, I'm pretty sure he'll be the next cab off the rank, because he's such a wonderful bowler.